Are you gonna get something big and sexy?
All right, so it looks like we have everybody here. So let me see if I can remember what all went on last week.
Well, this lady
Um,
wants in my panties. I remember
Wait,
that.
what? What?
it's amazing what she can and can't remember.
What's this website called?
But I do know.
Know who wants me though?
But anyway, so let's see what escapades did you get onto last week? You had made arrangements to get some of your weapons silvered with the folks down in the stockyard. They had told you it's going to take you a couple of days. You had also decided to explore every river going out of the lake to the north, going up and down, up and down. At this point, Jeebus is like ripped from all this, but had stumbled across a mage that was not really of right mind, it
It
would
was
seem.
good people.
He was our people.
Hmm.
Wacky as hell.
Um, but yeah, so you had come across him. Nobody got hit by any of his fireballs, but it wasn't necessarily because of the skills of the people involved.
Let's put it this way.
Karen had also, after a night's sleep, she had done some training with Irina and had come to the point of at least having a basic understanding of her skills with a sword, which aren't anything to turn your nose up at. Maybe not quite as skilled in fighting as you all are at this point, but not too far off either. You had also visited her room, and Zyra did her best to actually be personable and friendly in a really weird, odd kind of a way,
Duck up little bitch is what she was.
and managed to get the "at least you tried" from Bart Simpson out of it.
Yeah.
So I mean, you take what you can get, right?
I thought I did too.
Let's see. But you had talked to her about Madame Ava's prophecy / reading, and had kind of gotten interest but confusion from Irina. Although she did say that she would try and rack her brains to see if she could potentially understand who it is that you were speaking of that could potentially help you fight Strahd. And after you had gotten through that conversation, Zule had kind of said, "Are we really supposed to be using that name?" To which you all went, "Oh shit!"
Don't.
I think you'll recall the twins didn't use his name.
That's right.
So
We are wise.
the last thing y'all had done was decided to go and visit the house of the woman who appears to be the main antagonist to the Burgermeister in this town, Lady Washerhouse, or Lady Washer. Sorry.
Lady washed your house.
Sorry. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I got through most of that without terrible mistakes. Give me a break.
Did good.
I got to pet her
Yeah, you did.
her shoulder floof.
You could
What
have
was it?
said that in so many worse ways.
I was gonna say I got to touch her thing.
But
What was it? What was it on her shoulders?
An imp. Not to be confused with the imp in what was the program now? But anyways, so where we had left it is you had just met her in her doorway, and she was asking you what she could do to be of help to you when we decided it was probably best to take a break because depending on how this interaction goes, we could be done in 2 minutes, or yeah, it could take a while.
Is that her in front of Zyra?
Yes.
I can't. Okay.
I don't want her to touch my lady.
Is Jeebus and Karen under Zyra?
They're under someone somewhere.
Okay. I just didn't know if there were spots I just wasn't seeing.
Yeah, I mean, you have 15 feet worth of entryway there that y'all can be in. It's just the tokens take up 5 feet each. So
Gotcha. Okay.
Isabel, this is not for little girls. This is sophisticated.
So, how can I be of help to you? What can I do for you? Why are you here?
Jeebus. Jeebus.
Oh, he did say. I think I saw a message. He's gonna be right back.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see that. Sorry.
I need an adult.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I just had a quick phone call.
My interaction didn't go so well. I think somebody else should take charge.
So, cutting out all the stuff I just recapped, where we left off, Jeebus, was with her basically saying to the 5 of you, you know, what can I do to help you? Why are you here, essentially? So what do I owe the honor of you showing up on my doorstep?
We wanted to know about the Burgermeister, and she said that that she would tell us. Remember? Right?
No, I don't remember, but that's okay.
Oh. She was intrigued or something.
I just shoved food in my mouth. Sorry. I expected a longer speech from Jeebus going, and she basically just rolls her eyes at the very mention of his name. He's an idiot. He has no idea what he's doing, and he's turning this town into a sewer in the process. Every week, dumping materials and manpower into a silly celebration that does absolutely nothing but piss people off.
Why does
I
this
like
everybody
you.
has to be happy?
Because the fool thinks that if we're all happy, things will get better, not realizing that if perhaps we focused on important things, things would get better, as opposed to dumping everything into pretend.
So what important things would you rather the town focuses on?
Well, look around you. I mean, we have buildings that are falling down. We have crops that are barely hanging on. We have things that we should be doing as a town that we're not doing because everybody's this week out gathering sticks to burn in the Festival of the Sun.
Has anybody ever tried to unseat him as the Burgermeister?
His family has run this town for as long as anybody can remember, not that they've done any good with it.
Is it an elected office, or has he been appointed by somebody else?
It's and without going into political kinds of crap, basically it's a hereditary position, right?
Okay.
And he is, and you would have gathered some of this just from the mingling that you've done at this point. Basically, he is a baron officially,
Right.
but that is also a hereditary title that has come down through the millennia, essentially, and as such, he's the town leader.
Why don't you just kill him?
And she smirks a little bit, and I would not be adverse to virtually any way of getting rid of the man, but yeah, his and yeah, now I can't remember the dude's name. His sidekick, is it Ivan? Isaac. His sidekick Isaac is a bit of a trouble for me to deal with. And Isaac is the one that we talked about last week that has this like
With the
deformed
creepy dolls.
arm that can.
Yeah, and that likes creepy dolls.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That look like Irina for some reason.
Do you know who this woman is that he's obsessed with and keeps having dollies made of her?
I didn't realize he was having dollies made of her.
That might be a secret, so if you could keep that between us, that'd be great.
And she puts her finger up to her lips and goes, I won't tell a soul.
Rock.
You can almost see her taking notes, though.
Yeah.
You know,
Mental
this
notes
may
and you
come
go
in
like,
useful.
uh-oh.
I assume it's Blinsky that's making these dolls.
I don't know.
Was it the toy maker, wasn't it? We went to the
Yes.
He's the toy maker.
toy
Yeah.
maker.
Toy maker.
It
With
totally
their-
is. Yeah.
With the really creepy dolls.
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
If you would like, you can come in. I can have some food made for you. We can sit. We can talk for a little bit about why you're here.
That'd be great.
Okay. So she opens a doorway over here to the west and leads you all into. And again, for some reason, it's not updating the line of sight. But basically leads you all into here. I'm just going to drag you all over here.
We could walk through the door by ourselves.
sweet.
Well, if you can see which door is open.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sit
It-
on-
it-
Well, oh
it-
no,
sit
the
on-
door doesn't
yeah.
show as open, but light comes through it.
Okay.
Hold on. Brother, here, please.
I have been left. Let's see. Oh, there's everybody. Okay, thank you.
Brother. Thank you.
Okay. So she before she sits down, she goes back to the door back in here and just kind of sticks her head in there and says a few things, and then comes back and wink, sits down at the head of the table, as any overly pompous woman would. Sorry, what? So, how is it that you came here? When I say here, I mean to our fair town.
We walked from.
Perhaps I should rephrase. Why did you bother to come here? We don't see many new faces, shall we say?
Work. Work brought us here.
Work?
Charity. We didn't get paid, so charity.
Lots of
Charity brought us here. Ungrateful charity.
Charity is the first step on the path of the light.
Charity is the first step on the path to poverty.
Did I mention that I dated a girl named Charity once? And yes, it was the first step on the path to poverty. That was just an aside by the DM. Not that I'm bitter or anything.
No, not at all.
Thunder
You
rolls.
cannot
Yeah.
feel the bitterness coming up. from
So
that
back to
one.
D&D.
Never
I'm
date
sorry.
a woman with a stripper named Brian.
Just married.
Oh, oh.
Wow.
But that's a topic for a different time. Anyway, so you're doing charity work.
Not on purpose.
What kind of work would you be looking to do?
Well, my brother and I like to kill things, but the others like to do like helpful things.
We only really kill things when it's necessary. Or I really only kill things when it's necessary. Although we do have quite a diverse group of skillful adventurers within our party. So
I
perhaps,
also like things that give me money and shiny stuff.
yeah.
Well, as Zyra has pointed out, there are some people, or at least one people, or maybe two people in town that maybe would be better off not living.
Ooh, who else?
Well, as I said, there's someone that is kind of preventing me from reaching the status in life that I really should have.
Who is that?
Appreciate that.
Who is standing in the way, or
Yes.
well, as I said, Isaac is a bit of a problem for me.
Is he evil?
I wouldn't even begin to know, other than he protects the Baron and does the Baron's bidding. And you've seen that around town, have you not?
Yeah. So, what god do you pray to?
I'm afraid I'm a bit of an atheist.
Ah, what god do they pray to?
Wait, what?
Now, I find these are quite important questions because it's the first piece of the puzzle that tells me if these people are evil or not, you see. And as a man of the cloth, it pays to know such things before you send us out to assassinate people.
Assassinate is such a just
Lovely
troubling word. And before long, one of the household servants comes into the room and starts to spread some pretty good fare out for y'all. Yes, Karen, including wine.
Is she one of Is this just a generic token, or is she one of the chicks from the bar?
Just a generic token. Right up to the point where she eats your face. But just spreads it out and makes sure there's plenty of food for everybody. This is certainly a step up from the kind of food you've been getting at the inn, but it's not a king's feast by any stretch of the imagination.
So,
And then kind of just walks back out like a good servant.
how did you get your money?
Well, to be honest, much of it is inherited. My late husband was a man of means.
Do you have any kids?
Oh, 2 sons, yes.
What gods do they worship?
You seem to be hyper focused on religion. We really don't focus on it in this house.
Well, I am a paladin of the light. So I kind of have to be focused on religion because that's kind of my reason for being.
It's
No
kind of-
disrespect, kind lady.
And I mean, she smiles politely and listens, but really just seems to have no interest in the topic. But doesn't shut you down while you're talking. Just smiles and nods.
So a question. Why do you feel like you deserve to rule this town instead of the Burgomaster? Like you said, like you wanted to gain the station that you deserve, or you know, why do you feel like it should be you instead of him? Like were there circumstances that removed your family from the barony, or what actually happened?
No, it really is more a matter of I would be hard pressed to do a worse job. And as you look around the town, there really is no other person that would make sense other than me.
What do your sons do?
They don't do much of anything. They live off the family's money, despite my best efforts at trying to get them to be gainfully employed. We don't need them to work, so they tend to be a bit rowdy.
Well, could always cut them off.
They're family.
Yeah.
Tough
Are you-
love, baby.
Would you by chance be looking for twins
Oh,
of children? Mother,
we're adorable.
we are.
And yes, she does indeed laugh. She really does seem to be rather adept at making small talk and just listening to what you're saying. But she's also, you know, are you pulling out the rolled up newspaper, Sylona? But she the overall impression that you're likely to get from her is that she is incredibly full of herself, but it seems to come from a some kind of grounding. I mean, it's not just somebody that is completely Looney Tunes that thinks they're significantly better than what they are, but she is very much confident in who she is,
I like her.
and not somebody that is given to flights of fancy, but is not going to be out of place having some kind of a conversation about most topics.
Can we talk about your imp again?
A good politician.
Would I go about having one of those wrapped around my neck?
And Sylona's out too. Okay. We can talk about that more, but essentially, it took quite a bit of study and quite a bit of effort to bring the imp to me. But he's my companion now.
What's his name? Is it Mr. Snuggles?
His name is Falcon.
Falcon?
Yes.
Hmm.
Are your sons here? Today,
They're
in the house.
they are likely upstairs asleep. They tend to imbibe just a little bit too much.
Do they drink at the local tavern?
Yes, they do.
I can keep an eye on them for you if you like.
She kind of raises an eyebrow and says, "Oh."
Oh, hold on. Hi, Kim. What you doing? You want a freezy? Yes, please. Okay, come back.
I'm back, son.
Welcome back.
Come back.
Auntie Braywen says yes.
So are they? You said that they were rowdy. Rowdy in what way? Your sons.
Oh, they're a little mischievous, I guess is the best way to put it. They drink too much. They party a little bit too much. They're young men, just finding their way at this point.
What god do they worship? Because I know one they might like.
As I said, we really are not a religious household. We really don't pay attention to the things that we can't see and affect.
Okay, I got you. Just thinking they might like to know a little bit more about the wine and stuff like that.
Perhaps you can find them a new hobby that will keep them out of trouble.
That
May
might
I
be
use
cool.
your restroom, please?
That little shed outside.
That's disgusting.
Oh God.
We're not really in the era of indoor plumbing here.
I will hold it. I'd like to point out that I am now pouting. I wanted to sneak through her stuff because I'm getting bored because she's not saying anything.
So, I thought. So, what's
Yes.
your opinion on the ruler of the land?
That's an interesting question. Most people here believe him to be the devil incarnate. I think he just doesn't pay attention to, to anything that's going on in the land. He's more Baltimore.
Oh, literally, yeah.
He, as we understand it, he was once a great and mighty warrior who fell into a trap laid for him, shall we say. But for the most part, he just doesn't pay attention to anything that happens in the world that he's supposed to be controlling.
What kind of trap?
Is it one of those spring-loaded custard pies that sticks on it or something?
Was it a fall trap? Those are terrible.
No, he fell in love with a woman who he couldn't have, and promised to do whatever he could to have her, and apparently someone that he should not have listened to heard, and now he just seems to live forever searching for that one.
Did she want him?
It was a woman he could not have, a woman that loved his brother.
Oh,
Oh, that's kind of tragic, isn't it?
ouch.
So just theorizing here.
Yes.
If this woman was able to live the same amount of time, where would she be?
I can't imagine that if this woman could live the same amount of time, that he would not have found her already.
Yeah.
Unless...
It's more likely that he's searching for her soul, born in another.
Oh...
Da-da-da.
And something dawns upon Jeebus. Like, go like, oh, and try and fake it.
Switch on around the table.
And like try and fake a stretch.
Worked out really hard yesterday.
Yeah,
Stiff.
it's just a lot of yard work.
A lot of rowing action.
Yeah, a lot of rowing.
But
Okay.
if I could steer the conversation a little bit back to something we had talked about before, it would be an interesting potential job if somebody were to disappear around here. It might be something that I could something I could perhaps find a way to recompense.
Hey, do you know where there's a group of rogues around here?
A group of rogues.
Mm-hmm. People kind of hide out. Sneaky, sneaky.
I can't say that I do.
How much are you willing to pay for this individual to be taken out? Let's just put it out there.
Well, what seems like a fair price to you?
Who is this individual? This is the Baron you're talking about?
Well, that would be a bonus.
Oh, there's more than one.
She wants Ivan. Isaac.
Isaac.
The doll boy.
Oh, the small-armed doll guy.
No, he's got. Wait, I
He's
thought
got
his
like a-
arms did like.
It's not a small withered arm. It is a malformed arm that
Doesn't straighten.
This is probably the best way I can think of to describe it, to give you a visual here until you actually see him. Almost looks like a dragon's arm, right? I mean, it's the same size as his other arm. Maybe it's slightly bigger, but it's like clawed and has spines on it and that kind of stuff.
That's really? That's disgusting. So what now? What? Just to understand what we're getting into. So, what is it that this coin maker, doll maker has? Why is he competitor to you? Or, like, why do you want him out?
No.
I'm not speaking of Blinsky.
You said Isaac, right?
Yeah, Blinsky is the toy maker. He's no concern of mine. I'm more interested in our Lord Baron and his
Oh.
strong man, Isaac.
Oh, that's got a dragon arm. That's
Yep,
disgusting.
yep.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
What qualifications in civic management do you have?
I don't know that I have any qualifications that I could speak to other than look around the town. Who else is in a position that would be able to do the job?
What happened to your husband?
Unfortunately, he passed several years ago.
How?
As far as we know, old age.
What did he do?
I
I
think you kind of misunderstand the political aspects of the world we're in and the world you came from. There are people that simply have money and run things, right? They don't really do anything. Think of medieval Europe and the barons and the counts and that kind of stuff. They're just people that have money.
But weren't they responsible for land and stuff?
Well, they own land. They have people that work the land for them, that kind of stuff. But it's not like they're blacksmiths or draftsmen or what have you. They just are what they are.
Well, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean like he had a job. I meant like,
Oh,
what
okay.
did he...
Well, yeah, I mean, we own land, and that's what we do.
So you've managed that land. You consider yourself as having experience at managing land and people.
Oh, yeah, certainly.
How many people do you manage?
Well, just here in the household, we have 6
So
house staff, plus we have people that work the farms. We're probably talking about 30 people.
Okay. And what's the population of this town? Like a few thousand or so?
Probably high hundreds.
Okay, high hundreds. So what's the general opinion of the ruler of this town? Does everybody hate him? Have you done some kind of statistical study, perhaps, to know like how many people would like be cool with you leading the town instead of him?
Let's put it this way. There are at least as many people that are frustrated with pretending to be happy as those that are potentially actually happy.
So about 50-50.
Potentially, I would say there are more people that hide it because being outspoken about it is a good way to get yourself disappeared.
Ah, I see. So what?
Oh, like those people in the town square, or that were okay. Sorry, Jeebus.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I'm just trying to find the threads here to. So what? I'll sit back and drink more wine. Perhaps you have some other questions.
Well, certainly, and she doesn't push the topic very hard, but every once in a while during the conversation here does, kind of come back to it and just says, you're more than welcome to think about it, but I'd prefer that this was our own little secret, shall we say.
Yeah, well, what I'd actually like from you, before I feel comfortable with us being a man of the cloth and a warrior of the light, is an itemised plan of how you intend to improve the livelihoods of the people in this town, rather than just saying you can do it better. I'd actually like to see something on paper.
Did you just ask her for a spreadsheet.
Yes, I would like to see your spreadsheet. Because, like, are you going into this with a plan, or are you just saying, "Oh, I can do this better," and I'm just going to jump in and see how it goes? Or do you have, like, have you been sitting up at night doing your homework, saying, "Okay, we need to spend this amount of gold fixing the houses. We need to spend this much repairing the walls. We need to spend this much on the sewer system," and all those kind of things? Or have you just, I'd actually quite like to know.
And I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was laughing at Mons. Sorry.
And she kind of looks at you during this, Jeebus, and says, "I've already said those are the things that need to be accomplished. Do I know the size of the town treasury? No, I don't. Do I know the amount of taxes that are being collected from the rest of the citizenry? No, I don't. Until somebody sees that, there's no way to know what the books are going to look like.
So,
But I at least know what needs to be done rather than collecting sticks."
yeah, but you would probably have some idea about how much it would cost to do that kind of thing, eh? Like, have you done your homework to know that? Does the town have the resources to perform all those tasks if the resources are funneled into doing those things rather than the festivals?
Well, perhaps we could start with this as a different way to get to know each other. Find out how much is in the town treasury for me. I don't know the answer to that.
Where is the
Nobody
town?
knows.
Where is the town treasury?
I would assume it's in the Burgermeister's mansion.
So you want us to go in there and count the coins?
I start laughing.
If you want to
Sounds
know
good to me.
how I'm going to budget it, starting with how many coins are there would be a good start.
Yeah. Jeebus,
Karen.
we just need to look at the books. We don't need to know what's
Yeah,
actually in the
yeah.
treasury.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. If we can get you that information, I'd like to see your homework on it.
By the way, does this guy that we're gonna be looking at, does he live with the Burgermeister?
Isaac, yes.
Okay. Good to know. We could
What? Isabel! What are you doing? I will be right back. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
I know what you.
I think I emptied the bottle.
Certainly. And she does the whole, kind of clap a couple of times, and one of the household staff appears in the doorway and tells her to go get some more wine, and
Also,
scampers off.
I was almost expecting the candles to snuff on and off as she clapped.
So let me get this straight. So you're wanting us to off Isaac and then also give you the books to the town of how much is in the treasury and
No.
details.
No. Jeebus wants to know how much money is there so that he can be assured that the town can afford to actually make itself better.
Oh my god, who cares? So what I do care
Jeebus does.
is
How do you really feel?
how
Zule?
much are you willing to pay for these services? So
She just wants the guy with the mangled arm or the weird arm and the Burgermeister gone is what she's wanting to happen.
right,
Okay.
because this town's business is their business. So once we do our job and get paid for it, we're and we leave. It's I don't know. I'm not here for betterment.
Yeah, I don't really care what happens.
And when you brought up price, her response simply was, "Well, what would you consider to be a fair price? What I mean,
Well, I need to see the size of your treasury to give you that.
Yeah.
you don't need to apologize.
Dude!
Oh no,
Dude,
it's all with
You
the character.
do, yeah, you
No.
do, you do you, right?
Oh yeah, everything being said is within character.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing, it's
It's
nothing personal.
Absolutely.
I-
now you, and take this
Now
the
you
way
know
it's
how
meant,
we feel.
Jeebus. Jeebus, take this as a way. Now you know why it can be so freaking annoying to have a paladin in the party.
It just wouldn't be us if we just sat there and smiled the whole time.
Right?
Like we do care about feeding the children and cleaning up the water. And
After
So-
I-
things, though.
I think what happened here with my compatriot Jeebus is that we saw how other towns were, let's say, are, and yeah, him being a priest of the light, he is afraid that it would the same fate would happen to this town. That's why he's being a little bit more protective, more. He wants to be assured that the same fate would not happen to this town.
Yeah, because you must understand, Lady Fiona, that being a warrior of the light, I do have to think about the well-being of the townsfolk as well.
Certainly. Just be careful about who you say that to, because that could be taken as being an unhappy thought.
well, we're all not saints because we've yeeted dead baby bones off porches. We've stuck things. So I guess for us to determine cost of this service, we have to figure out what is it like. I think we have to get an idea of what we're going to experience to get to this person. And
Yeah. They should at least scope him out. They scope out his house.
I would like to point out we haven't agreed to do this yet.
No.
We're
Well,
speaking hypothetically.
I'll tell you what. For our reconnaissance and our feasibility study, we'd like 100 gold pieces right now to see if this job is worth our while.
You want me to pay you to decide?
Yes. We are putting our lives on the line here to overthrow the rightful, or possibly overthrow the rightful ruler of this town. Even going up and scoping out his house could get us all killed. So I think 100 gold pieces is fair as a show of good faith on your part.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at stuff in Discord.
What?
so true.
I apologize. Not the time to laugh, I know, but I looked over and saw that. It was just like,
Surely a woman of your means, 100 gold pieces will be merely pocket change.
So in exchange for 100 gold pieces, you are simply going to say, yes, we'll do it, or no, we're not going to do it, or do I get
No,
some tangible benefit from this?
what we
I
are
raised
going...
my hand.
Sorry, go ahead, Karen.
I don't feel that money just to make a decision is worth it. So how about this? How about payment is to scout the books for you?
Okay, that is at least a reasonable return on the investment, other than just me giving you 100 gold pieces to have you walk out the door and saying, yeah, no, never mind, we're gone.
Let's go find out how bad or good the town is doing, and then we'll come back and give you that information.
Okay.
Mummy dearest, may I please have a pretty dress as well?
We love you, Mom. Mummy.
I will give you a pretty dress as payment for coming back with the information, but 100 gold up front. Does that sound reasonable?
So what is this whole 100 gold? You're expecting what back in the books? as I glare at Karen for
Uh,
getting us signed up for more stuff. So
It's
do you
a
want, like, I'm willing to, we are willing, me and my sister, I'll just speak for us, are willing to get information back, because it's a win for you. We are willing to
Right.
get information back, because we have to scope things out anyway to figure out what we're going to get ourselves into. So if we decide not to, this information will be very valuable for whatever endeavors that you try to sign someone else up, or you know what you're dealing with politically in the future.
And I
Aaron
will,
starts a slow clap.
so yes, I will give you 100 gold pieces now as a down payment, and this beautiful young woman gets a pretty dress when you actually deliver the information.
I'm just smiling and swinging my legs in the chair.
You have very good wine, by the way.
Because we are very
And
good at what we do. We have
and
100% success.
And it is actually better than the wine you've been getting at the tavern. Actually, legitimately better. So we have a deal.
I'm in.
One request. Because I own almost like nothing, can I have a small ledger and a inkwell and pen so I can actually copy crap down from the book?
Certainly. I'm assuming that you are still staying at the inn, correct?
Yes.
I will have that delivered to you at the inn.
Okay. Much appreciated.
And if we have a deal,
Sylona, do you want a pretty dress too?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Sylona's like, I want to get out.
Is Karen wearing clothes? Like, does she need an outfit?
She's had 3 baths in the past week.
Gone after all the baths.
All right, so assuming that we have a deal, Lady Fiona stands up and excuses herself for a few moments to go and collect the down payment for you all. So
This is
she
when you guys start yelling at us.
excuses herself.
I think she would have given us 100 gold pieces for doing virtually nothing. I just had to lean on her a little bit more.
But-
eh?
But
We have a pretty
we need
dress.
You gotta
we
love
needed-
the man
we
of the
needed
light here.
information anyways. This just
Yeah.
Let's not talk about this here.
By the way,
Will she give us a tour of the house?
what languages were you whispering in?
One she doesn't know.
How do you know that?
I
Jeebus
don't.
does not get the coin. He tips everybody.
We'll hold the coin for you guys.
I
Yes.
started swearing in Celestial to see if any one of you could recognize it. We have no idea what she knows.
She don't know what
Know what
we
I
know.
It's true.
How does one find that information?
Okay, we'll talk about this later.
Meanwhile, Zule is planning how to kill the toy maker.
That's killing the wrong person. And still wants to get paid for it.
Are we killing the toy maker too? Did I miss something?
I think we're gonna have to. He's a pervert. I think.
Oh man!
Just burn the whole town down.
Kill them all?
I just pick up
Yes.
the wine bottle and start drinking.
And a little while later, as this conversation continues, she does come back, and she comes back with a little
Mommy!
pouch with coins in it, and puts it out on the table for you.
Brother, grab it.
I'll grab the coins.
Okay.
Nice try, Karen.
You know, when you two get shiny stuff, it kind of worries me.
It should.
Yeah.
Make
Good
this
thing I'm
team
used
money.
to not having anything.
I'm just humming and swaying back and forth.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And Lady Fiona is certainly again doing her best to be a pleasant hostess, but you can also kind of tell at this point that she is done with the business aspect of this and is just entertaining you for the sake of entertaining guests.
Would you like to sing us a song, Lady Fiona?
I kicked
my
you under the
God.
table again.
Oh,
What?
Does your imp do tricks?
We get a tour of your home.
Is
Meet
it
your
around supper
sons.
time?
I'm gonna get up with the bottle in my hand and go, it has been a pleasure. I hope you don't mind, but I really need this now. And I start walking out.
Yeah, I think
Are we,
it's...
Do
are
the
we
stand-
leaving?
Well, okay, I'm asking to the what time is it about right now? Supper time kind of thing?
We are probably. I mean, I'm assuming that you have spent a fair amount of time just talking and passing pleasantries, that kind of stuff with Lady Fiona. So we're probably talking mid-afternoon. It's not so late that you can't accomplish other things during the day here, but it's not first thing in the morning anymore.
Okay, because I'm thinking that I have a appointment with for archery lessons.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. I get up. I give a slight bow to Lady Fiona.
Oh, I see you do that and turn around and go, oh, yeah. I do the same thing.
I'm sorry,
Hey,
to
what-
make you make a dexterity check for that.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
And as both of you stand up to leave, she stands up and does like a picture perfect little bow, not a curtsy, but a bow to both of you.
Yep.
Oh,
Slowly start to walk away.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Thank you, Lady Fiona, for your hospitality. We'll be back,
Oh,
I'm sure.
thank you. Hopefully, this is the beginning of a wonderful business relationship.
I guess we'll go too.
Okay. All right. So where are we going to? Are we just going back out to the town so you can wander around? Are we going back to the blue water?
I think we need to find a place to discuss without.
All right. So
As-
let us.
Hopefully,
just-
without.
As I'm walking out of the house, can I look for any just kind of without like looking like I'm looking, but looking for any type of like thieves symbols or anything like that
Yeah, you can.
as we're walking back to the inn
You-
into the house.
Yeah, I mean the house itself. It's not like there are open doors everywhere. I mean, where you are right now, Zule, there's a closed door to your east and a staircase going up. It's not like you can, unless you want to try and walk through the house. But nothing that stands out to you as anything particularly meaningful. But if you're going to be keeping your eyes open for that kind of stuff as you go through the town, I'll certainly keep that in mind as well.
Okay.
So at this point, you could either go back to the inn and potentially hole up in one of the rooms and have a discussion, or walking around town, it's not like there's throngs of people, right? You could potentially have a reasonable conversation if you're careful as you're walking around the town.
Might be safer in
It's
there.
the
Also,
It's the as being careful part that I'm not sure that we're Cindy.
Not sure that this group can accomplish that. Is that what you're saying?
Well, maybe some voices might go a little bit higher than usual.
If you really want privacy, Sylona, why don't we head out the gates again?
There's
Yeah.
another option.
Where?
Go out the trail. Sit in the field.
These options,
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that.
We have chairs. I don't
You
like
can sit on my lap.
nice.
What if there's like wildlife? What if
Oh,
there's
adventure.
wolves and were-ravens and?
Oh,
I mean, my character's got some attention deficit issues, but he does remember that there are some lethal animals out here that we fought some wolves and shit. But okay, that sounds great.
actually,
Let's
here.
do it.
Idea.
This is a win.
Idea. Is there a language we all know? that wouldn't be common here?
Let me look.
I know
I
Dwarvish,
think-
Elvish, Halfling, and Sylvan.
Oh gosh, I know Elvish too.
This is
And
so
where?
preciously close to. If you show me mine, I'll show you yours.
I know.
Right?
I know. Huh?
Okay. I know Celestial, Dwarvish, and Infernal.
I know Draconic, Dwarvish, Gnomish, and Infernal.
Okay, oh no.
So far,
Oh, sorry.
So far, we all know Dwarvish.
Dwarvish.
Yeah, because I think wasn't there some like Elvish kind of people in this town, so I haven't seen any Dwarvish kind of people, so maybe that's a little bit safer.
Does
How about you,
speak
Jeebus?
Dwarfish?
No, but I do know Abyssal, Celestial, Common, Draconic, and Elvish.
Can brother can translate Elvish for me?
I don't
Okay.
know Elvish, but I can translate to Celestial for.
Oh my
Jeebus.
gosh, this is gonna be like
Yeah,
Can
we'll be
we just
fine.
write fucking notes?
Like whisper it or
Zach
something,
and
we'll be fine.
Let's just go
Somebody
to
this is
needs
gonna
to
be
spread
so mixed messages. It's gonna be awful.
Oh my god. This
We're
is
all
like
gonna be
being
like-
a telephone with a drunk in the middle.
Yeah,
I thought so.
we're gonna be in a lake, in the middle of a lake again.
We could go to the
Before I
middle
know
of
it.
the lake and talk.
That's
Yeah, we can
true.
go talk by Bluto. He's like,
Trying to talk.
he's
Although-
out there.
Lakes tend to carry sound.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we'll be alright, we'll be alright, we'll be able to figure it out, like,
Okay.
All right,
amongst
so,
yourselves.
so, where are we going?
Well, we don't know.
Can you bring up the
Uh,
other map?
let me zoom.
No, I haven't moved you to anywhere because I don't know where to move you to.
Oh, I was just thinking the main map. But,
Okay, I can do that.
um, yeah.
You have now been successfully boinked.
Yikes.
Where are we boinked at? Oh yeah.
I have no idea.
We could go like just outside the wall, like to the north here, like go and sit in the meadow.
Oh, but I can't blink.
You can't blink.
Okay.
We can go sit in the graveyard.
You
Who's
can't do
listening?
this.
Right?
Yeah, who'll do it for me? I was
Let's go
thinking
outside the protection of the city. Are y'all crazy?
we can stay inside. Just go
Or
over
like,
the wall.
like here or something would be right. Oh,
That's where I was trying to blink. Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Okay. The only thing to just to be aware of, there are guards that appear to be permanently stationed at the gates, but there are also guards that walk the perimeter on occasion. So
That's alright.
it's not like there aren't gaps between passing of the guards where you could have a conversation and not have to worry about it, but you would have to be aware. So you're going there?
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
that'd be good. Hey, we'll sit down and have a nice little picnic. Hey, and we'll discuss.
Okay.
Okay, so I mean, you look around, don't see anybody that would be potentially within earshot. I mean, you know, you do see the occasional person, you know, out behind their house or whatever, but each of the little segments here on the map is about 250 feet.
Okay.
So you're probably about 500 feet away from the closest house.
Cool.
Yep, yeah, I
I
think that'd
plop
be good.
down and start drinking.
I can't. Hold on.
Okay.
Carry on.
So,
What?
we sneak in, we take a look at the books. Then we can decide if we want to give this person, this woman, the actual information or fib it.
I don't even know what the information is, and I'd like to fib it.
Because we're not very sneaky group. We're not very
Oh.
quiet.
I glance over to Jeebus.
Oh,
Why? Why did he do?
because it makes sense.
Why what?
Because it's what the light would do, or whatever Jeebus says. That makes everybody believe it.
So Ooh, why did you just say something about the light? And you guys listen to everything. You know what has pretty light? Gold coins.
That's right.
By
The
way,
light wants us to have that coin.
It really does.
shouldn't we split that?
No, the
Coin?
light.
Not
tells
right now.
us to
Yeah,
keep
the
it.
light doesn't want us to do that.
Jeebus?
Karen.
Jeebus, the light told me that we should have it.
I
First
think
of all, the only sneaky person in this group that could maybe pull it off is Zule.
Y'all really want me going in there by myself?
And you guys want us to share with you? That is crazy.
Why did you
I mean, I could do it.
you know, approach
Maybe-
this thing?
Because I got a pretty dress, Sylona.
So so we need to sneak in there and figure out how much is in the treasury. Is that it?
Yeah, we need to find out which room first as well. So, do we need to go inside first and talk to this dude and scope the place out as we're there?
Why do we even have to do it in the first place? We can just lie to her and say we did. And say, Mummy, they only have 50 gold coins.
We don't even know what she's capable of.
And
Excuse me,
She's
anybody
capable
that
of having an imp on her shoulder. That's what she's
Exactly.
That's
so
awesome.
are we to kill this Isaac guy now while we're scoping things out, or do we need to?
I would
No, we
kinda
need more money, right?
He creeps me out.
I don't even remember this guy.
Did
He's
you
got a
see that,
lobster
Brian?
arm or something.
He's
Yes.
the one that has all the dolls that look like that girl.
I thought that was the toy maker.
No,
He
no, the
made
toy maker made them for
For the
him.
creepy guy.
Oh my god, the whole town is a bunch of.
They
it
really
is.
are. I don't know why we're
The
so
whole land.
I
I'm
don't either.
sorry, the whole land so far.
true.
So we need to figure out how much is in the treasury. Go back to her, report. So at least then we know what we're dealing with, how it's going to kill, how much it's going to take to kill this guy, whether it's even realistic or not, right? Because if he's in a fortress that is going to be impossible and it's going to wipe half of us out, then it's not worth the money.
Yeah.
But if it's accessible and he's very vulnerable, then we can go back and ask for more coin, right? And tell her.
Well, we
Whatever.
could just go visit the Burgermeister and say we're new adventurers or something in town, new travelers or something, and
we would be doing that anyways. We have to go introduce ourselves. He knows we're in town. Jeez.
that's what I'm saying. We can then
Yeah.
take it from there and wing it.
Yeah.
Remember, he knows we're in town because of Doofus there.
Yeah.
Oh,
He knows
yeah.
that we brought his sister here.
Yeah, we can show him how happy
Really? You two can face
we have 100 gold coins and the promise of a pretty dress. I am genuinely happy. But might get to kill somebody.
So,
Ecstatic.
so on for actually introducing yourselves, like what you guys have been saying, and we'll scope it out as we go in and out. So then we might get an idea where to go if we sneak in later, like which window to climb in or which room to go to specifically, rather than trying to sneak through the whole place, searching it sneakily. You know, we might just be able to say, okay, it's that room. We can climb up that wall and go in that window or something. You know.
Have you guys ever seen a baron, you know, even in our realm, a baron's or a high, whatever, house? I don't think they leave windows open.
Yeah, but we might be able to jimmy our way in somewhere though.
We could
Should-
unlock it while
If
we're
we meet the Baron, should we go ahead and kill him?
Yes.
Okay. I think we can get bonus out of killing the Baron. She said something.
I'm pretty sure. She said that would be great.
Yes.
We
don't
need-
even get to touch his little hair. The other dude with the creepy arm is gonna kill us first.
What if he's not home?
Who, the Baron or Lobster Arm?
I'm sure.
You
he's
are really
around.
bloodthirsty.
Well, if Lobster Arm isn't there, think about it. We could kill the Baron and go back and tell the lady, hey, we killed the Baron.
Have you ever? Okay, let's put it this way. Have you ever seen the king without his man of arms?
Well, he's got to go pick up his fucking dolls at some point, doesn't he?
Maybe he has delivered.
We've been really good for a while.
We really haven't. You guys don't understand.
But
Murder is in the air.
That's what's gonna get us killed.
yeah, I think it's worth scoping the place out first before we
Before we
burn
even-
it down. Yeah, before we draw our weapons.
Okay. Not too loud though.
I raise my hand. No
Yes.
decisions can be made on any bloodshed until we have more information.
That is stupid.
Yeah,
Unless we're threatened.
yeah, we can't
Unless-
just storm in there and stab him and have 500 guards or something. Let's get all over us, you know. He's not going to have that many, but he's just going to have a few, isn't he?
We got poison. We can do it indirectly. Just so you know.
Yeah. Or we could. Hey, but it'll be worth scoping out what sort of security he has, what we're walking into first.
And
Right.
maybe someone is pulling his strings from behind the curtain.
Yeah, true.
It may not be him.
I saw
Hence,
that.
more information.
Fine.
We're gonna need to kill something.
Yes.
Don't worry, we'll find you something to kill.
Well, I wanted to go and, have a chat other side of the wall, but no, everybody said no. Because
I
they
want to
were
kill
scared of getting old.
somebody, Sylona.
Wolves, werewolves. I don't know. Would have been something to kill.
Pretend that tree over there is a person. Have at her.
Does it have a heart beat?
Oh,
It doesn't
wait
have
a second.
eyes that stare at you.
Doesn't have a
Around
purse.
Here, you never know.
Go dark. It has no money for us to see.
I'll go over and I dip my finger in the wine and draw a happy face on it. And
Yeah.
a little heart. There you go.
Karen is such a bad drunk. She's hallucinating that tree is alive.
Um,
Awful.
But it is! And I start singing and dancing with it.
All right. So, team, do we know what we're doing at this point?
I feel like we're killing the burger monster. I think that's what got out.
Yeah, but not yet. Not yet. We need to scope it out. Otherwise,
Real mysterious.
yeah,
You know you're not allowed to lie because the light does
Did she-
something to you.
Did she actually give you 100 gold pieces? Just wondering.
yeah, you might want to check the little baggie
Yeah, you
first.
guys never checked the bag.
Would be a bag of
We-
teeth.
We know by weight.
Did you
And we
check
don't
the
tip
bag?
people, so don't worry.
Has it changed weight then since you left?
How can it when it's in brother's pants?
That's right. Whose fingers have been in my pants?
Coins.
Not your sisters!
Magic?
Maybe.
Enchantment? Never heard of enchanted coins?
Do you want to count the coins?
Don't let them touch them.
Too late.
Ow!
Sylona,
Don't touch our stuff.
Sylona, you're not the only sneaky one here.
Jeebus.
0.
And I flash a couple gold in my hand.
Jeebus. Karen's trying to touch our stuff.
Oh, hun, trying? Please.
Yeah, our stuff. Hey, so I make like a motion of a circle with my hand. Our stuff.
And I motioned between me and my brother. Ow.
Right, I think let's move on. Let's go and talk to this dude and scope it out, because we could be arguing in this meetup all afternoon.
I think this is our strong point as a group. Arguing.
Yeah.
+5 in arguing. So you got out here. You didn't spend hours out here, but you know, we were getting into the afternoon hours already. You want to go do that now? Sylona mentioned that she does have a late afternoon / early evening appointment with Irina.
Archery, yes.
So what we could do is scope it out quickly, and then if we do decide to sneak in later, it will be night time, and we can do it under the cover of darkness. So we'll be able to get the archery lesson in after we scope it out, in between, before the
Okay.
secret Mission Impossible mission later.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sylona just shakes her head and she's like, okay, one of us is gonna get killed.
I
One
keep
of us
telling you
gonna
guys
die.
that you don't listen to me. All right, so you're
trying.
going down to the Burgermeister's residence then?
Yeah.
I raise my hand again. I don't want him seeing my face yet. I'm gonna sneak off and start drinking in the alley and just watch the door.
Okay. All right, so the Burgermeister's place is down here, where I just moved y'all to. I'm assuming you're not right there, standing like with your noses pressed against the windows, right? But you're in the area there.
Yep.
And you see not a constant stream, but a relatively consistent stream of people kind of going in and out. You don't see anybody particularly noteworthy, although there occasionally are guards that go in and out as well. But it just seems like the comings and goings of the people of the town, for the most part. You do see an inordinate number of people bringing heaps of sticks up to the Burgermeister's residence, knocking on the door, going inside for less than a minute and coming back out without the sticks. So you do see people bringing just this inordinate number of sticks to this place and dropping them off, apparently.
Are they all
Along-
smiling?
They are when they knock on the door.
Are they?
I'm
when they
sorry,
walk away?
sticks?
Mhm.
They're bringing sticks into the house?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember?
For the party, brother.
Yeah.
This is so odd.
Yes.
And some of them do seem to be reasonably good moods as they approach the house. But without fail, when they actually get to the door, you see this just huge smile appear on their face before they knock on the door. And there are some that approach the house with genuine scowls on their face. But they are happy as can be imagined when they go into the house, when they come out of the house, take a few steps away, and those people, the scowl returns as they just wander off.
Those are our people.
Oh my gosh.
I look at everybody and have the, smile.
I can't do
Pretty
it.
dress. Pretty dress.
I don't have the muscles. I have the upside down muscles.
You have a new coin.
Zule
you
has
shiny coin.
resting bitch face. But I mean, this continues.
Time too. That's awesome.
Yeah. Ba-doop. Right. Yeah.
We will try.
And somehow I imagine that's as close as either of your characters can get.
It says a lot.
But I mean, it does seem like the central hub of the government for this city, whatever that means, as far as people coming and going is concerned, with the added people bringing sticks to the place.
Okay. So Sylona, you're the sensible one. Perhaps you'd like to do the talking for us.
What?
Thanks, Sylona. We're smiling.
Smile, Sylona.
That's all we can do.
I look at Jeebus and you bastard.
Oh, but I'm bound to ask what god he prays to, and then he's going to say an evil one, and then we have to smash his head in and stuff. I don't know if I
Mission 1.
Isn't it what Zule said?
Right?
You're one? Wait, isn't it what we're gonna get paid for? I mean, Never mind.
Maybe we can sneak in with the, like, grab some sticks and just kind of wander. We're smiling. That should be.
Oh,
We should blend in pretty
Yeah.
well.
You could do
already
that.
know she's here
Hmm.
because of
Um,
Doofus.
as far as that plan is concerned, just be aware that as you kind of glance around, it does not appear there are any sticks to be found.
can't we just steal something?
Right? I mean, and if you think about it, anything that would be close by here would have been among the first that people would have like just picked up and gone with.
Yeah, true.
I look at the group too. Go, don't you think they're gonna notice that you're not one of the regulars?
Mm.
The blue
Yeah, we
skin and the
stick out-
horns was your first clue.
Yeah, we stick up.
That's stick murder. It's worth
Just
it.
be yourselves. Go up there. And
Are you serious?
Yeah.
door.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
go talk to him.
Fine.
I'm gonna sit here and maybe find
Sure,
out from some of the
you're-
locals what's going on.
We're just gonna smile.
And I just
So-
turn around, look at Karen, and you lucky bastard.
So
Yeah.
the rest of you guys are going up to the house.
Brother and I still have our hoods up, by the
Okay.
way.
I go.
Yes.
I go at the door.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go with Sylona.
We'll
Alright,
hang back a little.
hold for a moment, please. And I'll have to get you all out here. So just give me a moment. You-
Just out of character, part of my reasoning is to hopefully keep the idea of the group being a 4-man, so that the 5th is always a surprise.
Right.
No, I shall refrain. And Karen, I'm going to throw you out here too, although you're
Okay.
coming behind. So you're in the same general location, should that be an issue.
Okay.
All right.
So,
I poke Sylona with a stick.
Don't fucking go upstairs. Whoops.
okay.
Knock at the door.
So you knock on the door, and let me set right. Sorry, need to grab that. There we go. And the door opens. There is someone immediately inside that is obviously a household servant of some sort. Immediately inside. Yes. What can I do for you?
Hello. We are here. We brought Irina to the town, and we would like to present ourselves to the what's the name? Burgermeister.
Burgermeister works. The Baron
Thank you.
works.
The Baron. There we go.
Certainly, miss. Certainly. Please follow me. And she
I
walks
turn
down
around.
the hallway here to this door.
I turn around and smile.
Smile and wave.
Are we going in too?
Well,
Or do we need to go through a window?
You wanted to scope it out. Let's just go in.
Sorry. Something fucked up.
Something fucked up.
Yeah, I went out of the game for a second.
Shame on you. So you, when you walk in here, the mansion has walls that are obviously plastered stone, which is a bit different than what you've seen here. So this place is in better maintenance and repair than a lot of the other places. But there are places where the plaster has kind of fallen away from the stone walls, kind of like neglected, like everything else around here. There are drapes over all the windows that you can see, like big, thick, heavy drapes, including there's a circular window above the main door that has drapes over it as well. And she leads you in through the vestibule, opens up a door to the north here, where there is something that is obviously a waiting room. And I don't know whether you can see where she went or not, but if
Yep.
you can, she leads you in there. So in here, there are padded chairs and couches lining the walls here. It's really a pretty comfortable looking room. Certainly a notch above anything that you have seen so far in this land. Better than Lady Watcher's place. Better than the Burgermeister's mansion back in the town of Barovia. It just much nicer. It smells of pipe smoke in here. On the east wall here, this thing right here is a stuffed and mounted brown bear's head, but it really looks as though this place has been at least tried to be made into a comfortable area for people to sit and presumably wait for the Burgermeister to appear, shall we say. And after she lets you in, the maid kind of scurries back on out and goes about her business.
Did she close the door?
No, she did not. Are you wanting to close the door?
I was just asking.
Nope, she left it open.
I'd like to look out the window.
And to look out the window, you kind of have to pull the curtains aside, which is easy enough to do. Nothing out of the ordinary out there, just a nice view of the town.
Except the window's open.
You know, woman,
I was simply checking for burglary purposes.
I can close that thing up hard if you want. It can go back to the death house. I'm just saying.
Well, if it was automatically open.
So a little bit of time passes, and unless there's something you want to accomplish in that time here. A little while later, and let me do this, the Burgermeister appears, along with two just absolutely massive dogs.
Oh.
These are full-grown mastiffs, right? So if you know what a mastiff is,
Ponies.
you could easily ride him.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that sounded wrong.
Yep.
Who are we talking about? Oh.
You have a big
Wow.
picture of the Burgermeister?
I do. I just need to find it. Give me a moment, please. The picture is not going to be a particularly handsome one, shall we say. I just need to find his picture. I apologize. Ah. Where is... Alright, well, let's do this. And this gives you more than what you asked for, but close enough.
Right.
His dogs look so stupid.
Have you ever met a mastiff? They're not the brightest dogs in the entire world,
But they're so sweet.
but they're not really bright.
Is he a Vulcan?
It's the wrong fingers spread there, darling.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Oh, it is.
It's the opposite.
It is. Huh?
Open so
He's
much.
the anti-Vulcan.
Is he a Vulcan?
So he walks into the room. Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm so glad you finally stopped by. It's so wonderful.
I approach and, shake his hand. Hello.
And,
Glad to
hello.
meet you.
It's wonderful to meet all of you. I've been hoping to have the opportunity to meet you since you all came into town, but with the festival, there's just so much going on that I need to attend to. I do apologize for not reaching out to you.
It's okay. We thought you probably would be very, very busy. Yes, and we were taking in the town also, and watching what was going on, and
Yes.
you have a very, very nice town.
And this guy, I mean, you just showed up basically unannounced, right? So you just kind of strolled in. Not only does he have his two mastiffs with him, he is in full armor. He has his weapons with him, the whole 9 yards. He's certainly very cordial, but he looks like he is dressed to go on campaign, basically. Which is odd. I mean, for somebody in his own home to be dressed that way. Anyways, so yes, all will be well. And you have heard that phrase many times as you've been on your exploits throughout the town. That it's almost like a running joke among some of the residents of the town that all will be well is what this guy is all about. Everything's going to be fine. You know, don't worry about anything. It's all going to be fine. We just need to be happy.
You sure do have a lot of sticks.
Ah, yes, that's for the festival. The Festival of the Burning Sun. That's 2 days from now.
What's it a festival for?
Just to bring happiness and joy to everybody.
That sounds great.
Yes.
Sylona has shot her wad at this point.
There's sort of click out of like spacing out at the beer on the wall. So, what god do you pray to?
Oh,
Boy,
Wow.
You know, I'm gonna have to go through this whole fucking campaign and figure these out. So I'm not going to pretend to have his pantheon sorted out, but it is certainly not one that you would look favorably on. Let's put it that way.
Oh, yeah. That's cool and stuff. Yeah. So we are new to town, adventurers cast into this place, and we just thought we'd make ourselves known to you and your lovely establishment and administration.
It's wonderful to have new people here, people that understand the value of being joyous and happy, and how it can help us to overthrow our bonds in this cursed world.
Okay, so
Did we catch? Oh, sorry.
oh, sorry. Carry on.
Did we catch you on your way out the door?
No, why would you say that?
You seem to be dressed like you're going out.
It's important for the leader of a town to always be presentable and always be ready for any occasion.
I'd just like to do this quickly.
No, sorry.
He is none of the things that you can detect with that.
Okay.
I would like to wonder, like out of like character or whatever.
Uh-huh.
What kinds of things does that? I don't understand.
What does it detect?
Yeah.
Out of character, what that allows him to do is find creatures that are by their very nature essentially are evil. Things that, like undead, universally evil just by their very creation, right? You don't have a zombie that is of good alignment. You don't have a fiend that is reformed and is no longer evil. That just doesn't happen. So it allows him to detect this very strong essence of evil that just sinks to the core of what something is, as opposed to who somebody has become through nature or nurture.
Yeah, and also powerful good as well, like say angels,
Right.
or
Right.
gods, or things like that as well.
Right.
So fiends, things like demons, and
Right.
all sorts of like crazy evil creatures.
But it's things that by their very nature are powerfully evil or powerfully good, not like a person that has been corrupted by evil just because they were abused or grew up on the wrong side of town or what have you.
Or has evil tendencies at all?
Right.
He
So
doesn't pick that up. Okay.
Right. So he doesn't pick up you and Zyra.
Yeah,
I wondered.
yeah, like say for example, if he happened to be a demon in disguise,
Right.
that if he happened to be a demon in disguise, like that power would have sensed it, and it would have told me that there was something really evil there, and it was a fiend, Like that's yeah. Yeah, so
No.
I'd like to go over to the window and like mess with the curtain a little bit. Open it, peek out,
Fiddle with it.
fiddle with it.
And the plus side is that actually makes you happy, which is
Really does.
and he kind of just looks and watches and says, "Be careful there. We don't necessarily want prying eyes to be seeing inside of the mansion here."
I'd like to turn around real quick and accidentally open it like a quarter of the way and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, what?"
You really should be very careful. I don't know why, but there are people around here that don't particularly like the way I run my town. I do my best to take care of them, but really, it is quite dangerous for people to be able to see inside here without me knowing what's going on.
So you don't want me to open the curtain?
I would prefer that you did not.
You want me to close the curtain?
I'm sorry?
Do you want me to close the curtain?
Yes, please do.
I stare at him for a couple seconds, and I slide it really slow.
You may want to work on your manners, little lady.
Oh, I wasn't being rude. I didn't want to tear the curtain.
I like how Zule responds.
I didn't want to tear your nice curtain.
And I appreciate that, but please be a bit more observant of your surroundings, please.
I like your dogs.
They're my loyal companions, yes.
Can I pet them?
And he turns around to his dogs and makes some hand gestures, and they both sit, which they hadn't been up to this point, but they sit and they are like just absolute, not stone, but they are unmoving in a way that is just absolute obedience to his hand signals. Yes, certainly you can pet them.
I'd like to run to the dog. Go between.
Okay.
I would like to pet them both. I can't be between them.
you're right.
I don't want to. I want to sit on this dog and pet them.
And the Baron kind of smirks a little bit and says, "Just be careful, miss, please. They are dogs of war. They're not pets. And while they obey me, you never know with an animal how it might respond.
Oh, they're so pretty.
Just be careful. That's all.
Okay.
So yes. As I said, I do apologize for not reaching out to you, and I'm glad that you're here. If I may, I would like for you to be my guest at the Festival of the Burning Sun. That would be wonderful to have new faces in the crowd. That, as I said, understand that if we just keep a positive attitude, everything will be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure that would be lovely. I was just wondering, you're saying something about people aren't like happy living here or happy with your rule. Do you know why that would be? Why people might say such a thing?
Wait, well, I said nothing about not being happy with my rule. They just don't necessarily think that my ideas are perhaps what they believe. But we all know that if we're just happy, we can escape this hell and be in a much better place than we are today. We just need to have a positive attitude. Positive attitude is a good thing, is it not?
We call that fake it till you make it.
But eventually you make it, and that's the important thing, right? If you don't keep working towards it, you'll never achieve it.
Do you have a family?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I have a wonderful wife, absolutely beautiful woman, and a son who's a bit difficult sometimes, a bit moody, but it's a beautiful family.
Oh, how old is your son?
He's 24.
Oh. That's fun.
Do you guys have these things queued up, or do you find them that quick? That's what I want to know.
You find them back.
How long have you been running this town or overseeing this town?
Since my father died several decades ago, it's not much, but it's an honest profession. Just trying to keep everybody happy. What else can a ruler do? But try to make his people happy.
Why? Would you, hypothetically, of course, would a good ruler invest a lot of money into perhaps public infrastructure or town beautification programs and such? Like maybe if you like happy like shrubs around and like a few coats of paint or something, little bit of remedial carpentry perhaps.
Shrubs is an interesting idea. Perhaps next week's festival will be the Festival of Shrubs. We'll do a Festival of Shrubs. That's a wonderful idea. Thank you.
But perhaps, like instead of people bringing in shrubs for them to die, they could you could have a planting program around the town, perhaps, or maybe pretty flowers.
All kinds of wonderful ideas to make the people happy. Yes.
Oh. I would quite like to help with your town's betterment program. Would you be willing to perhaps accept an investment on my part?
An investment? What kind of investment?
Oh, I was thinking a monetary investment, but perhaps maybe you have some jobs where you might be able to do for you, perhaps.
Oh, it depends on the festival. I mean, this week's festival is the Festival of the Burning Sun. We need anything that we can set alight to set the light free as far as the festival is concerned. Anything, labor, money, whatever. Anything we can do to make the festival better.
Who comes up with these wonderful ideas for these festivals?
Alas, unfortunately, I'm the one that has to bear the burden. Most of the people around here really don't have much of an imagination.
See, I've always been curious. How did town bring in money to like keep things running? How does that work?
The economics of state, yes. We operate just like any other town. The peasants outwork the fields. They produce goods as far as food and other items. They get turned into better materials by the craftsmen. The craftsmen then sell their wares to the peasants. The peasants, it's the circle of life. All right, Karen.
Yeah, dog this time.
It sounds like Zyra's quite interested to know a bit more about perhaps the more of the logistical accountancy aspects of said
I really am.
administration. Hey, that sounds really fascinating, doesn't it?
Could you show me how it works? That'd be
That
so cool.
well, we can perhaps find somebody that can help to educate you. It is something that takes a
Zero's comment about being an accountant.
Yeah. The accountancy of state is something that takes years for people to master, but I can certainly.
It's so Sylona doing that though.
Yeah.
She's just like, what the fuck? Fucking Britney's got the same.
Where is this going?
Minus the glasses, but yeah.
But I am sure that I can arrange for somebody to teach you how the accountancy of state works.
Oh, that would be great.
I-
Britney Spears smile.
And he seems completely oblivious to the fact that it's not real, or he doesn't care, one or the other. But it is completely engaged with the fact that you are expressing an interest in how this whole thing works.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. And if you look at Discord,
Yeah.
oh, it's gone down.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Zyra is learning politics and accounting and sitting on a dog.
And
I
Zule
see.
and Zule and Sylona going, what the fuck?
What
What are we
they're going?
getting
What
into?
just happened here?
Wow.
When do you think we could do this? Could we do it tomorrow morning?
Oh, I'm sure that I can have somebody available for you tomorrow morning. And if you have any questions, certainly feel free to come and ask. I would love to have other people in this town understand what it means to run a town like this.
Oh, it's fascinating.
Have you had any
And-
interest in needing
Oh, dear.
enforcement in this town?
And at this point, Zule, he is completely ignoring you.
Oh,
And
fine. I'll
totally.
just
Well,
sit on a
he's-
dog too.
No, he is totally enraptured by your sister at this point.
Nice.
What is the person called that's gonna teach me how this? What did you call it? Accounting works.
Well, I have some people that work for me that basically are accountants, but they will be able to teach you the finer points of how to manage the books in difficult times.
Oh, I can't wait.
And again, the Britney Spears smile, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And at this point, I'm guessing that Zule is looking like Mon's gif.
Mm-hmm.
The what?
We found his weakness.
Demonic little girl on dogs that want to learn accounting.
That's right.
Wow,
It's
that's
pretty.
not a fetish or anything.
He's living up to his picture, isn't he?
He really is.
Don't tell his wife.
Ooh, she might want to kill him.
Mm.
I'd wager
They were
these.
a twins experience.
Oh, sorry.
You'd wager what?
Oh, I'd wager that there's totally Japanese cartoons about that specific thing.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. I am absolutely sure
yeah.
that there is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A dog's tail is a tensor.
Oh, man.
I'm dying.
So, is there any specific thing that you want to accomplish here other than what you've already accomplished? I don't want to drag this on forever.
No.
If
No,
you're-
I'm sorry, I'm done.
Oh, yeah,
If you're done.
I think we could. I think we could.
Okay.
I think. Oh, yeah. So, sorry. Yeah. Carry on.
No. Go ahead. If you are going to make your exit, I will let you do that, or try and weasel your way in further. Whatever.
Zule was asking if he needed any help with enforcement. Like perhaps I could ask him since he's ignoring Zule, or like get Zyra to ask that question on behalf. You know.
Like a police force or something?
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
Uh, are we in character or out of character?
I'm asking out of character. I don't understand what.
Okay. I was going to ask him if just a way to kind of get ourselves into what's going on here is if he needed help with enforcement. Like, we're kind of playing, I mean, I kind of thought of playing off of the lady and also playing off him, if that's even possible, to kind of be both of their.
Oh,
I don't know if that works or not. But
how do you keep yourself safe here at your house? You're
My-
so important.
Wow, you've done this before.
No, it's my first time.
And he does kind of smile at you with that kind of a "you've done this before" look, but he doesn't seem to be upset by that. And he says, Isaac is the chief of my guard, and he keeps me safe. He's a wonderfully devoted man.
My brother's really good at that stuff too.
And he seems to, for the first time in probably 10-15 minutes, recognize that Zule actually exists. And turns to you, Zule, and is like, you understand what devotion is?
oh, absolutely. It's me, yes, no question.
But to your point, Zyra, Isaac was a lost soul when I found him, and he's become quite the utilitarian as far as maintaining order in the town.
So you rescued him.
He was a broken little boy.
Did you raise him?
I did, yes. Even to this day, I don't know his full story, but he's a troubled young man who's found his calling with keeping order.
That sounds lovely. What a happy ending.
Yes, I would have to agree. Happiness is all important.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I would like to go home and get a good night's sleep so that I can be here super early in the morning.
that would be wonderful. I will make sure somebody is ready to teach you the nuances of finance and accounting for a town of this size.
I cannot wait.
Neat.
Bye.
Thank you for your time. See you, boy.
Okay. I'm assuming you're heading out?
Mm.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
My face hurts. My heart. My soul.
Your whole soul screams in pain. Yeah, okay.
We might have to drag Karen back to the inn though. She's been out there drinking on her own for quite a while.
You know.
She is probably the happiest person in this town right now.
Yeah, maybe that's all they need, eh? Wine.
So, I would have approached one or two of the groups leaving to see if I could gain any information from them.
Yeah, and they're some are very talkative. The ones that seem to be happy on their way in are pretty okay with talking to a stranger about what's going on. They believe in what the Burgermeister's idea is just if everybody can be happy, they're going to get out of this hellhole somehow. The ones that are coming in that don't look happy are simply not willing to talk. Period.
Gotcha.
So you're getting this almost even split, I guess, between the people that seem to think the Burgermeister is doing the right thing, and other people that seem to just be brimming with disgust, hate, discontentment, frustration, loathing.
Okay. So the ones I do talk to then, I'm assuming are okay with the Burgermeister and everything.
Yeah, they're okay with him. Their whole shtick is if everybody can just be happy, everything will be okay. Right? It doesn't
much
matter. But I mean, you also get this weird sense of denial, right? It doesn't matter whether I have food. It doesn't matter whether we're safe. It doesn't. If I can just be happy, we're going to get out of this.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
It's that. It's almost a pseudo Karen. Sorry for the analogy. Right? As long as everybody does what they're supposed to do, in my opinion, we're good.
Yeah.
If they don't, we've got a problem.
Is it kind of like that gif of that little dog that's sitting at that table and everything's burning down around him? It's fine. It's cool.
Yeah. Whereas the feeling you get from everybody else is the Simpson one with "I'm in danger now," right on the burning bus. Okay,
Gotcha.
it's a very strong dichotomy between the two. But I'm assuming that that one.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the one.
All right, so y'all are leaving though, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna drag y'all outside because the next time you come here, you'll start off outside. I'm assuming. Boink. Those are the two. Yep. All right, so we are getting preciously close to Sylona to the point where Irina is going to be going. Thought we had a date.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to go back to that.
All right. So we're going back to the Blue Water Inn. Yes.
Unless the other guy's doing something else.
That sounds good.
Well, I just drug you back there, so suck it up.
Okay.
So Sylona, I'm gonna drag you out here. I'm gonna find Irina because she's gonna be out here waiting for you. Not tapping her foot so much as just kind of waiting and looking around. I'm assuming the rest of you are going inside. Let me just adjust a few things inside here. And that, and that, and these guys in here as well.
Are those the sons?
These two here, this one, oh wait, I need to get on that right layer for you to see that. This guy and this guy have a striking family resemblance to Lady Watcher.
Yay!
This guy here is the guy that you had talked to the other day,
Yeah.
Karen, as far as the trappers are concerned. And yeah, there are also a couple of just patrons that I need to get here. Sorry, we'll be with you in a second, Sylona. I apologize. I just need to get this sorted because it changes based on when you're here. Alright, so you have a couple of people that are just like common folk that are sitting here. You also see what are obviously Lady Fiona Watcher's sons here, as well as the trappers that were here, the wolf trappers that were here that Karen had an interaction with before. Out here, Sylona. You were going to give Irina a lesson in archery. And as you start to walk her through this, I mean, she's not completely unfamiliar with a bow, but she is obviously a just complete novice at it. She doesn't know what she's doing. She needs you to show her the right form, how to draw a bow. I mean, and drawing a weapon that isn't a compound bow is not an easy thing to do for somebody that isn't used to it. And she's obviously floundering with it, but is paying attention, is attentive. She's doing her best, and not terrible for somebody that appears to be just a rank amateur at it.
I mean, I'm happy to oblige in helping her in her stance and
And she is kind of like hanging on every word that you say, and is doing her absolute best to learn, and is very free with apologies for not being better at this. It's just she's never paid attention to bows. She's always been more drawn to swords, but recognizes the value of the. I mean, she is kind of like the ideal pupil, except that you can tell that this is just not something that has ever really interested her, but she is interested in the process of learning it and recognizes the value of it. It's just not something that is what she wants to be doing, if that makes sense.
when she sees the value. Well, and she saw what me and Zule
Yeah.
with it. So
Right.
I mean, she sees the value of it. It's just that I kind of figure out that she's more of a
She's more melee than ranged,
than
right?
range.
But
I just want to give her the option of having at least a range weapon.
Right.
Weapon.
Wepper. A wepper.
Where did
A
that
range-
come from? Man,
a
I gotta
ranged
stop
wepper.
thinking that. Holy shit. Anyway,
And she kind of giggles.
I hate you, Brian.
Well,
Anyway,
but she giggles not like she's laughing at you, but that just she finds it funny that
I stumble over my words.
right. But it's not like she's laughing at you. She's kind of laughing with you. You know, if the distinction there.
Mhm. And just I want to give her the option of having at least a range weapon.
Yep.
You know, if she sees that, maybe going melee right now would not be a great idea.
Well, and she does seem genuinely grateful for it, both for the fact that she's learning a new martial skill, but also grateful that you, for whatever reason, have decided to spend the time helping her to learn this. Um, she seems like a genuinely nice person, as far
grateful
as
for,
appreciating what you're doing.
I'm happy about it because personally I would like her. I like her better than her brother.
Low
And-
threshold there,
I'm not saying it out loud.
right?
I'm just thinking it.
Yeah. I understand.
And that if she wants, and I tell her that if she would like to acquire a bow, I would be very willing to go with her and pick one out for her, with her, that
Okay.
would suit her, because, you know, a bow is like any kind of weapon. If you don't have the good feel for it, if it doesn't suit you, you're
Right.
not going to be good at it, or
Right.
you're not going to shoot well.
And she is incredibly receptive to the idea, even though, like I said, she is a rank novice, right? She would be lucky to hit the broadside of the barn at this point, but she is truly trying to get the posture and technique down properly, and hanging on every word.
It's practice, little Padawan. No, I really should. Yeah, it comes with practice. That eventually, when you get the feel of the bow, when you get your feel of your weapon,
Right.
you're gonna shoot better. You're gonna be able to, you know.
Okay. And the bottom line here is, she is more than happy to continue meeting you in the evening, late afternoon, evening, whenever you can, to learn. And she would love to have a weapon of her own. Although you can tell that, like I said, this is not really her thing, but she understands the value.
Yep.
Okay. All right, moving inside. Jeebus, the rest of you, yes, you're getting food. That stuff is all happening. Karen is babbling in these weird verbal tones that nobody understands what's going on. All right, so what's going on inside? And are you going back inside when you're done, Sylona? I'm assuming you are.
I bid good evening to Irina and go back inside
Well, and
when I'm done.
as you start to walk away, she mentions that she hasn't eaten yet, and is it okay if she joins you?
Oh, of course, sure. I
Okay.
don't have a.
So she comes back inside as well. All right. So what's going on inside here, guys?
Oh, I didn't type that properly, but oh well. You got the idea.
Oh,
Uh.
yeah, that's a good idea too. As I gasp in Celestial. No, but it'd be more like, oh my god, you know.
So as far as everybody else is concerned, Jeebus just had an orgasm.
I just shrug my shoulders to Zyra because I have no
That-
idea what anybody is saying.
That goes well as when Irina comes in.
But apparently, just by talking to him, Karen has given Jeebus an orgasm. Is what appears to have happened here.
I raised my glass and go, "Hey girls, how you doing?"
Hi.
Ears.
This cheese is delicious.
Or a responding comment, maybe be like, yeah, it's a good idea. Maybe we should talk to the lobster armed dude.
Yeah.
Or was it Ivan? Or Isaac?
Yes.
Isaac. Was it
Isaac.
Isaac? Isaac.
Isaac. Okay. Okay.
And Celestial, yes, it's a good idea. You know.
Okay. I'm gonna
So
go
apparently,
back over
Jeebus
here.
has just thanked Karen for his orgasm.
Yeah.
Round 2.
Job here, John. I'm going.
Okay.
And I go talk to these guys.
Uh huh.
I'm like, hey, boys.
Oh,
think I met
hello there.
Hi.
And they are, by the time you get here, and it is not quite to the point where the sun has gone down, sun being a relative thing here in this land, they are already 3 sheets to the wind. They are hammered and just the kind of boisterous, fun-loving guys like a couple of frat boys, right?
Yeah. I'm like, nice. So,
Sit down, please.
yeah, she's totally happy with this, and just goes with the flow.
And
Yeah.
as the conversation and the interaction goes on, I mean, they really, the best analogy I can give is a couple of frat boys.
Yeah.
But harmless ones. They're laughing, they're boisterous, they're drunk, they're eating food. They don't mean to hurt anybody, but they are just out for fun. They want to have a good time. Which, if you think about it, would be kind of what Lady Watcher would be considering troublesome, right?
Oh yeah.
She was prim, proper, even when conversations weren't going her way. The epitome of decorum and grace. These guys are just slamming their tankards on the table going, yeah, baby, let's go.
Oh.
All right,
Yeah.
really? A snort from you, Braywen? Really? Okay, they're your ideal men. I get it. Whatever.
Not Zyra's ideal. No.
No.
Karen's got this.
Karen's
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
She's with her.
Totally playing this up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's so wrong, Tim. I just saw the text on that. That is so wrong.
It's just conversation. Chit chat. Chit chat.
Chat, yep.
If you don't read the text, it doesn't make any sense. But yeah. Okay.
Sylona's feeling Bakar through the roof today. Holy shit.
So, is there anything, Karen, that you are trying to accomplish here, other than just get a general feel for who they are?
Get a general feel for them and kind of suss them out for like a couple different things. One would be future leader material, yes, no. And try to kind of gain a little bit of information about their mother from them.
Okay.
How they perceive her.
So, roll a perception check, if you would.
At disadvantage because you're.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, that's the way she lived her life. That, if anything, that puts her at
Oh,
advantage.
Jesus.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Even
We know no way else about Karen.
Wow. All right.
I am in my element.
Yeah, pretty much. So what you get from them, they are way too immature to really make any kind of adequate judgment about what they're going to be like later in life, right? They are, like I've said before, kind of like frat boys, right? They are out to have a good time. They have a reasonably good head on their shoulders. They're not doing anything that most people would say, this is just fucking nuts. But they are doing things that most people are going to say, really? What? Really?
Yeah.
You know, not the kind of things that they think are going to land them in jail. I mean, that's something they actually think about is, are they going to be really fucked if they go down this path? So they have a decent head on the shoulders, but they're not mature enough to know what they should and shouldn't be doing.
Okay.
No, it's not. So it's really kind of hard to read them in that context, right? Because we've all known people that in their late teens, early 20s, you've kind of gone, the world is fucked, and have turned into good, decent humans. We've also known people in that age range that you're going, this is a good person who ends up living under a bridge, shooting up every night, right? So they're really hard to read, but they are not bad people. They just don't know where they're going, right? As far as their mom is concerned, they think she's a stodgy old bitch that they love desperately, but want to be away from at any cost. Again, you're a typical late teen, early 20 kind of person, right?
Gotcha.
So there's no real inherent good, there's no real inherent evil, there's a need for guidance.
Okay. I'm like, well, hey guys, have you ever met those two sitting over there? And I point at the wolf hunters.
Yeah, we have. They're a bit dull. They
ever...
have we ever what?
Have you ever gone out hunting before?
Yeah, well, we don't do wolves because, you know, that would be kind of silly. But as far as talking to them, it's like they only want to talk about wolves. And really, there are more interesting things. And one of them kind of wiggles their eyebrows at you. There are more interesting furry creatures in the world. We're just saying.
Nice. Well, I can't really argue that, but...
Welcome back, Zyra. Sorry.
Thank you. So, Maddie?
Yeah. I'm all out of questions before them, so...
I'm sorry, Braywen. I'm glad that you're back. It is wonderful. That's your line.
No, Maddie sent me a private message.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm like, well, I do have to go talk to those guys over there, so I will be back. And I leave them.
Make sure
And
you
I go,
come
over
back.
here.
Okay. And Karen flips from man to man.
She's
Pretty
working
much.
the room.
I am. Going around.
And at this point, the Watcher brothers start to erect a pole in the middle of the bar.
No.
Really?
Oh,
Like,
Oh! Oh!
Really? Wow,
I
Bray.
misunderstood. I was like old world fucking terms for pitch and tent.
No, I get it. Just saying.
Sorry.
well, that'd be the maypole.
Well, don't you swing around the maypole though?
Yeah, you do. Sorry.
good lord.
Again, I need to ask, do you guys keep these fucking things up? Or is this shit you've got on your PC already? Because I'm not sure which is more disturbing, to be honest with you.
Wow. I am impressed.
I mean, she's got some range of movement.
That's not Is that a she? Because I don't think
Is
it
it a
is.
she? I thought it was a she in a bathing suit.
Could be either.
Looks like swampland. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's not judge.
So yeah, okay. What are we doing? What are we doing, Karen?
I just say hi. How you doing? How's hunting going? Seen anything really bad stuff lately?
There are way too many dire wolves out there nowadays, but
Oh.
we do what we can. We do what we can.
Where's the worst area to go to right now? Because I could use some practice.
The worst area is outside of the fence.
What?
It's
Directions.
north, south, east, west. They're all bad. Something is happening. Not sure what it is, but it's worse than it's been for many years.
Okay. Gotcha. Are you sticking around for the festival?
They both make that noise in unison.
Yeah.
There are better use for decent firewood than burning it and pretending to be happy.
Gotcha. Okay. Sounds good.
And yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that you're not just going to stand right up and walk away.
No.
Miscellaneous small talk,
Yeah.
yada yada yada. But I mean, you certainly get the impression that they are not fans of let's pretend to be happy until we are.
Gotcha.
Anything else for the evening here, or are we basically just like passing time and
Yeah. I'm done. There's nothing else I can pick up to ask the guys.
Okay.
So.
I am okay with you all taking a week to think about this based on what Jeebus just typed. Tim, what do you think?
I'm good either way. If we're kind of at a juncture, I'm good to close it. Or if we're still running good, then I'm good for just a little bit.
Well, why don't we say if there's anything else you want to accomplish tonight, we'll keep going. If we're going to wait until the morning to venture out to do something different, then let's call it.
Okay.
Could be.
So,
Yeah, could be a good time to call it. I'm not sure if the others have anything else to do in the inn before then.
I did not have any plans.
I don't.
okay. So,
Oh, I do have one thing
yep.
to mention to Irina
Uh-huh.
is to keep her face hidden if she leaves at all.
But why?
Because there's some strange stuff going on here, and we saw some images really similar to yours. So until we know more, keep your face hidden, okay?
And she kind of nods at you and says, "Okay," but you can tell she's really confused. I mean, she knows that there's something going on around her because Strahd is interested in her in some way, and so she's not questioning that, but at the same time she's going, I thought it, you can kind of hear her thoughts of, I thought I was safe here.
Yeah, no.
No. Okay. Okay, Mon, in the next week, we need to talk about your companion and what you want there, and work through that. Next week, is everybody available? We're getting precious close to Christmas.
I can't travel, so
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're basically,
Okay.
well, I don't have family here, so We don't have family here anymore. So.
Okay, Matt.
Yep, we'll be
Teacka?
good. Yep, we'll be good.
I'm good. My family all decided we're not doing Christmas this year.
Okay, the weekend after that, I should be available, but I need to verify that. And we'll pick it up next week.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
That was a lot of fun.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for playing, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.